I'm a big-time fan of this guy who's here in studio. Movies Wild and Take Care. Two different movies coming out on the same day, December 5th. You also are enjoying the final season of The Newsroom on HBO with Thomas Sadoski. Good to see you, Thomas.
Thanks, man. It's good to see you, too.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
How does somebody from College Station, Texas, where you're from, become a Baltimore Ravens fan, as you are?
You know, I was born in the Northeast, and I grew up in Texas,
Okay.
right? And then I couldn't get on board. For whatever reason, I grew up a huge Redskins fan.
In Texas?
In Texas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a huge Redskins fan during the Riggins, Monk, Theismann, you know, Jay Schrader, Doug Williams days, you know, and I couldn't get on board with the Cowboys, and the Oilers were just down the road a couple of hours, and they were terrible.
Sure.
And I, you know, had no interest in sort of rooting for those guys. So I was a Redskins fan, and then I sort of lost touch with the NFL. I wasn't really super passionate about it for a couple of years, and I met the woman who would eventually become my wife. And she is from Baltimore. And in 1999, I went down to see her and meet her family, and I was taken to M&T Bank Stadium and went to a Ravens game. And
hooked.
Instantly.
Line and sinker.
Instantly.
No kidding.
Yeah, that was it.
And so ever since then, I mean, so you by the way, you came on board right at the right time.
Yeah. Well, that didn't hurt.
That they won a Super Bowl
like,
right away.
Right away.
Right.
Yeah, that didn't hurt my sort of like setting the hook for me. Yeah, I was in, man.
And then they won again just a couple of years ago.
They did. Yeah.
Now, so just to make sure about how to let everybody know how passionate a fan you truly are.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think now you've just hooked up your bandwagon to a Super Bowl winner back in the day. You have stuck with the team.
15 years.
You have stuck with the team.
Yeah.
And how do you watch some of these games, Thomas?
My wife is a very positive fan.
Yes.
You know what I mean? She's all for our boys, and she can't handle any negativity in the room. So oftentimes I get sent to the basement.
You get why? Because you're superstitious? Or
because I'm superstitious.
Okay.
And because I am not above like letting an official know exactly what I think about them at any given moment.
You're a screamer.
I will reach through a TV and strangle an official. I have no I have no doubt in my powers, my ability to do that. My wife is terrified of it, and so I get sent to the basement.
You get sent to the basement.
Yeah.
And did that include the Super Bowl as well? Okay.
Yeah, we were having a lovely day.
Okay.
We were having a party.
The one with just recently in the Superdome.
Yeah. Big, beautiful party. Lovely friends, wonderful, close friends.
How many people were at this party, Thomas?
I think probably there was like 10 or 15 people.
Okay, so you got a full house in the house of Sadoski.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Chips and dip and the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
People have brought over all sorts
Quite
of
the spread.
wonderful. Yeah.
And then what
lovely
happened?
Then the power went out.
In the Superdome, not in your house.
No, that's correct.
Okay.
If the power had gone out in my house, I would have handled it probably a lot better. I would have.
I love that.
That would have been a lot easier for me to deal with. The power went out in the Superdome. Oh, look, right behind your head, we get to look at the.
We're watching at the half-dim Superdome
look at
Stadium.
That. Outstanding.
Now, but what ended up happening is the lights come back on.
Right.
Right. And then the Ravens had the ball on the plus side of the field, didn't do anything with it, and the 49ers started coming back.
Yes, well, then the comeback started.
They did.
And it was terrifying. And almost as soon as it started, I looked at my friend Chris Chalk, who's actually in the teaser for the Newsroom. There is a phenomenal actor and a great human being. Unfortunately, a Jets fan. Poor guy. And I looked at Chris and I said, "This doesn't feel right."
Yeah.
And he laughed at me and he said, "Man, I'm a Jets fan. Nothing feels right to me." And I said, "Right."
That's horrible.
He probably didn't say that. I'm just making that up.
I like it though. That's very Sorkin-esque.
Yeah, and things started to go bad quickly, and I bugged out. I bugged out, and within minutes of me starting, my wife was in my grill. You are in the basement.
Sent to the basement.
Yeah, with my phone.
And then so you watched the rest of the Super Bowl and the Ravens' eventual win on your phone.
Refreshing the stats on my phone.
So you didn't watch the game down there? There's no television down there?
No, man, no.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, on my phone.
This is ridiculously hardcore.
Refreshing the stats on my phone with the audio coming from upstairs and the cheering and everyone being happy and stuff upstairs, and like I'm down there with like a lonely plate of nachos and like and my cell phone.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you know where the Ravens are playing this week?
Oh, yes.
They're in the Superdome
I'm
this
very
week
well aware
to
of
wrap
that.
up Week
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
What do you think about your Ravens' chances from here on out, though? They're positioned. The question is, what do they do from this position?
And that is the question, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited. Listen, I'm a big Gary Kubiak fan. I have been since he was a quarterback at Texas A&M. I mean, I grew up with Kubiak as a QB at A&M. So I'm a huge Gary Kubiak fan and a big believer in him. I'm curious to see what he can do with this offense after a bye week. He said he was going to be studying Flacco this week and during the bye week, and I'm curious to see what dividends that pays. I think Justin Forsett sort of getting to be a full-time starter and paying off the way that he has been something that's been, I mean, a total breath of fresh air. The defense, if they can continue doing what they do,
Yeah.
I think we're going to be all right. I'm very curious to see how we play out the rest of the season. I'm positive. I am a believer, but I will definitely be chewing my fingernails
From the basement.
Yeah, for sure.
Of House Sadoski.
For sure.
Coming up on Monday night.
Yeah.
The Newsroom, final season, Sundays, 9 Eastern time on HBO.
Yep.
Then you have 2 movies coming out on December 5th.
Yeah.
Not one, but 2 movies.
Two.
An
Yeah.
independent film called Take Care in theaters on December 5th. That's a romantic comedy with you and Leslie Bibb, who folks might know from Ricky Bobby,
That's
right?
correct. She's amazing. It's a sweet little thing, man. And it's like the little movie that could. We made that movie for like nothing.
Right.
A total passion project, absolute shoestring. And it turned out to be really fantastic and went to South by Southwest, and people were really excited about it. It's like the perfect date movie. Like, guys out there, it's going to be on demand on the 5th. If you and your lady are sitting around and can't think of anything you really want to do, throw it on. It's an hour and a half. It's great, like little romantic comedy. It's a lot of fun, and Leslie Bibb is amazing.
And then on Wild in theaters December 5th, Reese Witherspoon is in this movie.
Yeah,
Good stuff. What is that movie about?
I play her husband. It's based on this memoir by a phenomenal woman named Cheryl Strayed. Her memoir, Wild, about hiking the Pacific Crest Trail by herself after her mother passed away, and her subsequent descent into heroin addiction, and sort of walking herself back to sanity and walking herself into sobriety, and
Heavy-duty stuff.
it's big, man. It's a big movie, and Reese is phenomenal, and Laura Dern is phenomenal, and I was
Oscar
totally
buzz.
honored.
I'm
Big
already
time.
hearing that already.
Yeah.
You know, and I have my ear to the Oscar buzz ground.
You get that sensation around
here in El Segundo.
When you walk in here in El Segundo, one definitely thinks
you think it's the buzz of the tram that's outside,
but it's not.
It's Oscar buzz.
It's Oscar
Thomas,
buzz. Yeah.
I'm telling you what it is.
No, it's really clear.
Because I know you probably were wondering, what is that buzz? It's the Oscar buzz
I
here
can
in our
smell
studio.
it.
Thank you.
You walk in, you go, Oscars.
So is there, before I let you go, is there a lot of Packers talk on the set these days? I know that you're done shooting.
We're all done, but
I mean, is there Packers
man, it
talk?
was really nice to have that dude around. You know,
Is Aaron on the? Aaron
he
was
came
on?
by every once in a while. Talk about a great guy.
He is.
Oh my God.
He's smart as a whip.
He is, and
he's
just
funny. I know.
Really funny, great dude. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It was funny watching Daniels as a Lions fan. Sort of have to be stuck in the same room with Aaron Rodgers, and and not go full Tanya Harding.
That is funny. Hey, Thomas, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Thomas Sadoski of the Newsroom, 9 p.m. Eastern, Sundays on HBO. And remember, December 5th, 2 movies. Take Care coming out in theaters on December 5th, and then also Wild in theaters on December 5th as well.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.